Hey guys, welcome to the Trump energy reading from the Gasmic Tarot. Lots of different energies going on right now with a few different news cycles of things that are coming in. Wanted to share with you the messages I'm getting as I'm guided by Spirit to create some of these readings and communicate some messages that they have for you folks. So let's get started. I'm just going to use a regular tarot deck. And we're going to throw out some cards and I'll give you the messages and the interpretation. Okay. Got some very pushy spirits here right now. They want to get this out. By the way, I am not a Democrat. Thanks, guys. I am not a Republican. I am an American, independent, just care about people. This is not the normal readings that I do because I try to stay out of politics, but I'm getting pushed to do some. So here we go. Okay. All right. All right. Oops. I want to make sure you guys can see them. We have, oh, this is going to be a very interesting reading, guys. Very interesting. Okay, cool. All right, Spirit, a couple more. Just to get the overall flavor here. Thank you. Okay, cool. One more. Thanks. All righty. All right. As God, I'm getting so many messages here. All right. Well, we know how the election cycle's been going and what's the communications that are coming out of the camps. As far as the Nobel Peace Prize nomination, believe it or not, this nomination has reduced the stress that Mr. Trump has been experiencing because he hasn't had a positive news cycle outside of one news network for quite a while. And they're really utilizing this as the most amazing talking point, you know, and it actually has some factual basis, so that's really good for him. He has indeed been nominated by somebody for the Nobel Peace Prize for doing the peace treaties between the Arab Emirates and Israel. So that's good. You know, he's really happy on this front. But of course, you know, this nomination doesn't, you know, it doesn't mean you've won. And it doesn't, the winner actually for the 2021 Peace Prize doesn't come out until October of 2021. So that's well after the election. But utilizing this positive talking point has really helped him feel better and his campaign feel better. So, because overall, Trump's frustration about the presidency is pushing him to try to, you know, just offload all blame for everything that hasn't gone positively, like, well, anything that hasn't gone well for him. He's pushing off to another person to take the blame for, okay? And because he's really trying to make up, he knows he's missed opportunities. He really does. And he has been, you know, and he has failed to take action. And he's feeling very overwhelmed right now about what people are saying about him. Feeling alone, isolation, out of touch with the folks that are working for him. On his re-election campaign. he's not listening to advice, or he's choosing to trust people that don't have his best interests at heart. They only have their own interests at heart. So he's also, while he's playing people, or people believe they're being played by him, he's being played. So Mr. Trump is being played by people who are trying to advance their own self-interests. I'm not just talking about other governments. Yes, there are other governments using Trump to promote their own self-interest, but there are people within his own party and administration that are also using him. And it's not like he doesn't see it. He really doesn't like his job. He hates it. He knows that this job isn't something that he should be doing, but he feels trapped, and he hasn't figured out a way out. A lot of people are mocking him behind his back, not only obviously in all parties. And some of them obviously on the Republican side are mocking him, outwardly. Now, I wonder if you can see this. Yeah. So it seems that there are people here, very wise people actually, honest and people that are giving Mr. Trump constructive criticism, offering great advice on how to proceed with empathy. I'm getting, like Dr. Fauci and a few of the other health professionals, unfortunately this advice isn't being heeded or utilized. And then we have the star universe, which is likely that Mr. Trump's negativity is having an even more effect on his ability to do the job. His boost of enthusiasm from the Nobel Peace Prize was short-lived. That cycle's already gone. But there is a recent boost from the now open Supreme Court seat, and of course, I only have respect for Ruth Ginsburg, an amazing woman who, and I can't say enough good things about her, and her legacy will live on. But back to how Trump can only see, he's getting a boost from this, but it's going to be very short-lived. He's not going to really feel it because they'll push some agenda to try to elect somebody before. I know there's a lot of politics around that. I don't want to deal with that. But what I want to, there's despair, making a bad situation worse. And coming out of the debates that he's having with Joe Biden this week. Let's talk about the debates. Okay. I keep getting to the debates. Okay, so the Page of Cups is about communication. And there'll be lively communication during the debate stage this week. Mr. Trump, I'm not sure. I thought I saw that Chris Wallace is one of the moderators, so pretty fair guy. Although a lot of people on Fox, he's on Fox, right? Okay, so Trump may not actually answer a single question, but instead deflect and focus his responses on keeping Mr. Biden on the defensive with his current list of talking points. I don't think anybody's surprised. He will attempt to point Mr. Biden out as dishonest, gaining from his role as vice president, and Mr. Biden's lack of coherence. It would be. I think it would be beneficial to have immediate fact check on site, but I don't know if that really happens. I'm not getting the message that will be present. I think it would be beneficial if it was present. This way you can keep both candidates honest. What I'm getting for the Biden camp is some advice from Spirit to look at all the Donald Trump talking points and prepare to rebut every single thing that will come out of his mouth because he's on a script. So there's only, I think that there are 30 talking points that he's using. I'm getting the number 30 here. Okay. will this impact the debates, impact the people's votes? Well, here's the thing. No matter who comes out as the perceived winner from the media, Donald Trump will take victory for this, and so will Mr. Biden will take victory, but Donald Trump is definitely taking victory, regardless of whether or not it's perceived that he's won the debates. But he's coming to the debate with a lot of determination and a single focus. That's what we're having here. And he executes this focus of trying to destroy his political opponent. And we've seen that in many debates for Donald Trump before. He's ruthless and he's very efficient about it. So regardless of the perception of the outcome, Mr. Trump will walk away saying he's victorious and utilize that in his campaign to further denigrate Mr. Biden and his competence. Okay. Overall, the 9 on the campaign front signals financial issues. Not total an economic despair or distress, but pressure on the finance side. And we've seen that in the news. It also signifies that the person in question is considering taking money out of their own savings. But from Spirit, I'm getting no. Mr. Trump may say he's going to take out money out of his own pocket, but he's not going to do that. He's not going to risk any of his money. What he'll take out loans or borrow from somebody else before he dips into his own pocket for this campaign. And then he won't pay them back, Okay. So the card also represents exhaustion from battle. The guy's tired. Trump is tired of this. This was never the intention that he wanted to be president. He just wanted the publicity so that he could increase his brand. Unfortunately, I don't think that's working very well for him. The 6 of Swords is, in the overall flavor, he really wants to leave the presidency, but he wants to do it in such a way that puts him in good favor. That's why he's painting it as crooked election, etc. I'm getting that Twitter is going to have to shut his account off if he loses. Because he'll be inciting through his tweets a lot more disruption. But this is moving away, departing, leaving behind, loss, and moving towards a brighter future. And I keep getting that this departure, and it's via boat, it's out of the country. I keep getting from Spirit that after the election, he's leaving the country because there's going to be a lot of turmoil, and he's going to probably go into a country without extradition. His children will not be safe, and I'm getting that 1 or 2 of his children, and so I'm talking about Eric, Donald, or Ivanka, are going to be indicted, as well as Mr. Trump if he doesn't get reelected. It doesn't look good about reelection, but I keep getting from Spirit, every single person, regardless of your political party, should vote. Every person. Every single person. If you are registered to vote, you're over the legal voting age, American citizen, then please vote. All right, guys, that's all I have today. Not a good reading for Mr. Trump, although he'll take away, he's ruthless, and he's going to be ruthless in the debates. That will play well for his base. That will play well for his news media network outlets. It will not play well with the other outlets that don't particularly care for him. And the advice for Joe Biden's camp is pick apart every single talking point on the Republican side from Mr. Trump and be ready to respond and show that what he's saying, if it's not true, that it is not true. Because all the old tricks from the entire, I mean, that's, the MO is not changing, okay? All right, guys, again, thanks for subscribing, and you guys have a great rest of your day.